Hello everyone. Today we are at the most famous project on the skyline in Limassol. Almost everyone knows about it and you can see it from anywhere in the city. We're going to tell you what's new with the project and share more details about it. Today you're watching the new estate channel of the International Real Estate Agency. We operate in more than 40 countries and select the best real estate properties for living, investment and obtaining residency permits or citizenship. Only trusted developers and high liquidity properties. We're at the Trilogy project. Anyone who has been to Cyprus, to Limassol, knows this legendary tower. We've come to find out what's new with the project. Tatiana, the sales manager, will give us a brief overview of the project, and then we'll show you the project's infrastructure.
The Trilogy project is a unique development in the city center with a stunning location right on the Limassol Seafront promenade. So it's a 15-minute walk to Limassol Marina to the right. To the left, along the sea, you can walk to the Eucalyptus Grove, a beautiful spot in Limassol. It's a large-scale hotel-style project, like a 5-star hotel. Here we have 2 front-facing towers, 2 skyscrapers. There is also a large commercial area here. The project includes its own restaurants and a food court. Our office, which one? A hair salon and a shop are also featured in this project. We have a large commercial area here, and already Trilogy, together with Limassol Marina, has become a real attraction point. On Saturdays, if you come here, everything is packed. Cafes, restaurants, and we expect... It's very interesting, everything is happening here. It's a big new location, a new concept probably for Cyprus, which is why people have already grown fond of it. A fine dining restaurant, Oris, will also open here, expected by the end of this summer. The opening.
Is the next stage of the project's development already about moving people in?
People have been moving in for a year already, so we've already had a year. Our project concept is live, work and relax. So we have offices here as well. Yes, this is the only tower with mixed use. Here, the first 16 floors are offices. From the 20th to the 38th floor are apartments, and there are 2 retreat floors that only residents of this tower can use. Separate entrances, separate lobby, 24-hour security. And the offices and residents never cross paths.
And the elevators are separated, each has their own. Yes, we have
4 elevators for the offices, a separate entrance from the front side, and the residence entrance is from the Limassol Marina side, and they have 3 elevators of their own. This is the second tower, it's entirely residential, the east tower. This is like the women's tower, and that one is the men's tower. Here we have a single entrance, all the floors here are residential. There are also 2 retreat floors, and these 2 floors are only for the residents of this tower. This is already the same type of real estate and commercial office property, which is now openly available. People have been moving in since June of last year. Many owners have already brought in their furniture, some have been living here for a year, some have been enjoying it for almost a year. Life in Trilogy. The next milestone in the development of the project is the expected completion. The second phase is the final stage of the project. The second phase consists of 2 blocks with apartments, each 12 stories high, in the north residence. Here we have apartments with 1, 2 or 3 bedrooms, and there were 4 penthouses. Now only 1 penthouse remains. The minimum price here is 720,000. That's for a 1-bedroom apartment on the 3rd floor, and the maximum price is for the penthouse on the 12th floor, with stunning views of both the mountains and the city. Everything is right before your eyes, including the sea. 2,100,000. So that's the price difference, that's the price range here. The second phase consists of 2 apartment blocks. And there's a large green area, it's a private oasis, available only to residents of the entire project, all 3 towers. Here we have a large swimming pool, a children's pool, a playground, and an entire retreat level of 1,000 square meters. There we have a heated pool, thermal rooms, an ice room with snow, and a sauna hammam. In other words, various thermal rooms. We also have a movie theater there, a gym, a lounge area, and even a special kids' playroom for children.
A kids club, right?
A kids club, so you can leave your children there
Regarding the infrastructure, Tatiana, you mentioned several times that it's only for residents. Will there be external access? We just walked by and saw that some cafes are open to the city. What about the retreat and spa areas? Will city residents be able to visit this complex? No.
For us, it's
Closed. That's
how it will be. All the zones within the project are a private oasis. All the retreats are in the northern residences. There are 2 floors here and 2 floors in the west tower. This is only for apartment owners, office owners, in other words, for project residents. But what we've already opened to the city is the food court, right where you passed by the coffee. There we have pizza, you can have lunch, take whatever you want. Here we've opened the Musa restaurant. It's a small restaurant, Mediterranean cuisine. As you know, we are part of Lantis Holding, and the restaurant business is also within our holding Carp Meal. Accordingly, we also manage all these restaurants ourselves. We have a chef here who oversees all the interior spaces. That's Osinogorskas Takas. He is a renowned chef who has restaurants in Mykonos, the United States, and London. A highly respected figure. We are now looking forward to the opening of a fine dining restaurant, almost Michelin level. It will be called Oris, and it will open by the end of the summer. What we have open right now is a small restaurant called Musa, a small food court. We have a hair salon open. The Menati store, which is a furniture store, will be opening soon. There's also an art gallery in the West Tower. So all of this is available. You can already use all of these services.
Then I have the next question. Do the residents of these towers have any kind of access to the spa area?
They do. Look, residents of the East Tower have access to 2 floors. The East Tower, and we can go over there. Then across the bridge. So accordingly, they can cross from each tower via the bridge, go to the private oasis, and reach the retreat. In other words, residents of the front towers use the 2 retreats in their own towers, plus in a year they will have access to the entire retreat area in the northern residences.
So this will be open to the outside here, and this will be a bit above ground level on the 2nd floor.
We can already take a look at it together.
It's 15 meters above ground, and underneath we have 3 levels of parking. Basically, where you parked is actually the parking that's already operating under the northern residences. And for the residents of the tower is their parking. They have
the 2-level underground parking. And the price of the apartments includes both a parking space and a storage room. And all our apartments are delivered fully finished, meaning only movable furniture is not included.
Are there currently any options available for sale in these high-rise towers?
For example, in the East Tower, I think there are 4 apartments left. The minimum price is $2,150,000. That's for a 3-bedroom apartment. And in the West Tower, there are 3 apartments remaining. We have a 4-bedroom apartment there, the last one, for $5,600,000.
We'll check, yes. And in this tower, are there still options available? And did you mention the penthouses?
Yes, I already mentioned them.
Yes, you did. Well, there are still options available for purchase. Write to us, hurry to reserve and buy a residence in this wonderful complex. Right now we're in the West Tower. This is a mixed-use tower. It's half business community and half a residence for the residents of this complex. Tatiana, tell me, is life already bustling here? Have the offices moved in?
The offices moved in more than half a year ago. Yes, our first 16 floors are offices, and more well-known companies are appearing. That's why we can go and take a look. Right now we're in the residential part. We have 24-hour security here, a beautiful lobby, and there are 3 elevators for residents. We can walk a little further. I'll show you how the space is divided between the offices and the apartments. Here we have 3 elevators for the residential part, 3 elevators for residents. And as you can see, we have a separation here, meaning access is only through the app, yes, for those who have it. And
is the zoning separate? Yes.
You can enter the office area. They have a separate entrance, their own security, also 24 hours. And here we have an art space right next to it and 4 elevators just for the office area, only for the office area.
It's well known that this project is famous for its attention to detail. The devil is in the details and in new technologies. This is a trendy project. People love it because it's unique. Tell me, Tatiana, what makes it special? What are the project's unique features?
The biggest feature is geothermal energy. In our 2 front towers, we use a geothermal system. Innovative ones, which here in Cyprus, as far as I know, though correct me if I'm wrong, are only found in the Oval. That's our commercial building, shaped like an egg, right? Asia's Athanasius. We have it in the Trilogy and only in the front towers, the premium towers. And in Limassol Marina, where you were yesterday, it's the last phase, castle residence, the castle on the water. Yes.
We saw it, everything is there, everything is exactly as you said, yes.
3 projects where this system is used. Otherwise, everything else, even though it's innovative, in fact, we have it in every project. So we have a security system, underfloor heating, and a VRV system. Basically, everything is there. In fact, the apartment is fully finished. You just need to bring in movable furniture and curtains.
And by the way, what we're talking about here?
The innovative part is that we have an automatic remote-controlled door lock system. You can access it remotely. If guests come to visit your parents or someone comes to the apartment, you can open the door remotely. Here we have a smart home system, so you can fully control the entire climate as well. You can monitor and adjust everything in the apartment remotely and have everything ready by the time you arrive. Yes, it's very convenient.
The climate control is very convenient, especially since it's quite hot in Cyprus. You can cool the place down remotely. Tatiana, please tell us. People used to buy from you actively and love your project. How has the situation changed now? I've heard that sales are still going strong. What does the typical buyer look like today?
Our sales have hardly changed. They've only grown every year. Basically, after the project started in 2018 and the cancellation of the passport program in 2019, we expected there would be a decline. But in reality, history has shown that each subsequent year has been better and better in terms of sales. Historically, we've always had a very strong presence in Russia. Despite all the ups and downs of recent years, we still have 2 offices in Moscow and St. Petersburg. And naturally, a lot of our clients, about 60%, have also historically been Russian-speaking. So, as soon as we announce a project, our existing clients immediately show interest and mostly come in as investors. Many of them later keep this property for themselves as end users, especially trilogies. Those who initially came in as investors later visited, saw the finished apartments, and decided not to resell them. But resales do happen, and they are successful as well. Resales are happening right now. You can make money on that too. But for example, during the pandemic, we noticed that we started getting more clients who were looking for an apartment for themselves. That is not just based on certain parameters like price or profitability or something else. More people are coming now, thinking about how it feels, looking at the layout for themselves. Does it suit them or not? Where to live, where to put the bed, and so on. So people have really started choosing these kinds of details for themselves.
When you discuss it and fall in love with the view, you just don't want to leave.
Sometimes we have people who come in and before they leave, they've already signed a reservation. Out of
love.
It only takes 5 minutes to fall in love.
Thank you. Today we told you about the most famous project. In Limassol, we showed you the location of a new promising project. If you want to get more information about this developer's real estate, whose portfolio has properties to suit every taste, write to us or leave a comment.